Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for a squat day, but a quick reminder for those of you who watch these videos, please remember to click like down below, it'd be greatly appreciated. Let's get over to the squatting. This was a 5-rep day, and what I've decided to do today, of doing the closer percentages on the ramp up. So I did 75, 80, 85% of my training max for 5, 5, and then 5 plus. Now, you guys saw the preview. 85% of my last 515 training max is 435. I did 7 reps. We did 7 reps. Well, basic math will tell you that means it's not 85% of my max, right? It's not 85% of my max. I'm well past 515 at this point, and that's okay. What did I've told people? I put up on a status that I don't plan on doing more than 525 as a training max. I don't plan on going over 605 on the deadlift or 325 on the bench for the duration of this cut. People are going to say, aren't you pushing the limits? I'll push the limits on the platform. Push the limits on the platform. And you guys don't get to know when that will be, and that's just the way it is. I deal with stalkers and nonsense. You'll find out after I do my first meet of 2022 that I did one. Doesn't matter anyway, it's just qualifiers. Regional meets. Right? They don't mean anything. Takes you up to the next level. So I'm not worried about it. So coming up within the next training cycle or two, I'll probably knock down 525 and then go from there. All right, I did my cleans today. Now, you guys notice I can't get my elbows up on these, and that's okay. I don't care. I'll keep working on it. I want to do a lot of cleans because I'm doing a lot of explosive training. For the unawares, I do a lot of box work and med ball throws right now. I'm doing explosive training. Cleans need to kind of be part of that. And we're taking, as far as squatting and deadlifting goes, a little bit more of a slight minimalist in the exercise selection. We're doing a lot of specific volume, but I'm doing a lot of explosive work. We're doing a lot of back work, a lot of upper back work. These muscle cleans are going to have good carryover to some of that. And again, with practice, I'll be able to get the elbows higher. It took me forever to do it on front squats today. But this is the heaviest weight I've worked with on these. We went up to 175. And the main thing is that it is teaching me to pull explosively. It's a full body exercise. It's working my grip. It's working my upper back in addition to all the muscles, you know, the squat and the deadlift. And again, just getting explosive again. And because I'm doing muscle cleans, pretty much, or however we want to call it, terrible power cleans, the technique isn't as important. We're not trying to weight lift. You know what? And weightlifting just died as a sport anyways. No one cares. Man, I hate to say that, but it just got knocked out of the Olympics. It's died in popularity anyways. CrossFit helped it boost. It's kind of a shame, though, to be honest, because it's a sport with a lot of really good, cool tradition. You know, so I kind of hate to see that happening to it. It's unfortunate. But what you going to do? Powerlifting's coming back up, though, which is what I'm doing. Which is really, people say, why powerlifting? Because I care about strength, and it's a pure strength sport. That's why I'm doing powerlifting again, guys. That's why I'm looking at powerlifting records. Not because I think the power lifts are magic, although they can be. They're phenomenal lifts. I can get someone jacked off of a program built entirely around the big three with a little bit of supplemental, where I can get someone stupidly jacked and strong. Because they are good lifts. They're not the be-all, end-all. And I don't think any reasonable person thinks that. But it is currently the largest sport that tests pure strength as a single attribute. But I don't train for pure strength, do I? I do jumping, I do throwing, I do GPP, I do conditioning work. Strength is my primary focus. It's what I love, but I think we should be athletic. And you know, but the cleans help with my explosiveness, and they add size, right? That adds to my total tonnage for the week for the hypertrophy. Adds to it. All right, afterwards we did 5x10 squats. I brought the percentages back up. Because I'm doing slightly less total exercises and stuff now, I need my set quality to be ultra high. So we're going to see me try to come back up for my 5x10s to do 60%. No 55s. I'm going to try to work them at 60. I need the quality because these are a lot of my hypertrophy. The bench, squat, and deadlift are being used as hypertrophy exercises for me. And that's because, again, I'm stepping back on powerlifting platforms. I'm going back to break records. So my hypertrophy work in this case, I'm using my classic lifts to stimulate a lot of my hypertrophy because it'll be specific. It'll let me practice these movements while continuing to change my body composition. And I can get away with this for quite some time. Why? People say, what about the overuse? I did years of no classic lifts. Think about that for a moment. How many years did you guys see me train off nothing but variations, rotating conjugate stuff to rebuild a strength base and get fit, get strong? You watched me do tons of it, right? And I've learned my body as far as overuse and rotations. I can probably get away with a couple of years, 2 or 3 years of ultra high specificity now on the back of that. And as long as I watch fatigue management, which is why I've got to do stuff like I'm doing this week to where we're going to reel the total workload back in. We did 4 exercises on bench day. We did 3 exercises on squat day. All right? I'm reeling the workloads back in. We're keeping them high quality. And then I'm relying upon all my smaller movements to fill the gaps. My jumping, my throwing, all my ab work. Actually started doing a lot of face pulls again to go with my ab work. And you guys see some of that. I show the ab work every now and then so you guys get an idea. My goal right now every week, those tota bars you see me do, my goal right now is to try to do 100 of them every week. I'm doing 80 to 90. I'm trying to get back up to 100. Goals I want to do 100 tota bars every week. But I do hundreds of crunches. I'm also doing hundreds of band face pulls. All right? Working that upper back, working my abs. And then you guys see the main workout. So, and occasionally I throw in a little of what else we do. But the squats, these were good today. They were pretty challenging. For me to do the 5x10 after all that other work, it's pretty tough. And because technically I did tighter percentages on that ramp up, those were all work sets. A lot of times, like that first ramp up, we would say, it's not a true work set, but it was 75% of my training max. That's a work set. All 3 of those were a work set. Then we did 5x10. That's 8 sets of squats that actually have a training response. We reached some upper threshold fibers by the end of them. And I had that come up too. You know, people will go, well, Jason, what's up with that? And I've got other videos coming on that. Is 60% per 10s, are you stimulating growth? Yes, after doing heavy work, absolutely. All right, the front squats, this first set is terrible. I was trying to find a grip where I could even get my rack. I'm like, in this first set, I gripped too narrow because narrower felt better, but I could get my hands on my delts. These were terrible. The second set, I went just a little wider, right above, right at shoulder width. But my hands and forearms were just destroyed. Absolutely destroyed at the end of the second set. Especially after doing all those cleans too. And this is one reason I'm doing this. Yes, this is going to have squat and deadlift carryover. It's going to have it. But I'm trying to build my hands and forearms and grip from new angles. All right, we're doing a lot of pulling between the deadlifting and the rowing and everything, and that's going to keep building my grip. I want to build all that. This is all about building forearm and grip and even bicep from all these cleans and front squats, possibly to some extent. Working all these things. But again, this helps my upper back. It will carry over to messing with those cleans. But I only did 2 sets. That's all my arms could handle. But that's 10 work sets of squats. We are at optimal hypertrophy volume. So we're good. We're happy with it. I wish I could have done 3, 4, 5 sets of these today that I could have held up. But we hit optimal volumes. We're good. I'm happy with this workout. Very happy with it. So I hope it has been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.